All right, guys. So before the wedding day, there are a few things that you need to check. Okay. There's a few things that you need to make sure you do before the wedding day, not on the wedding day. Some of these things I suggest weeks, days, weeks, even maybe a month or months before the wedding. So number one is go over the contract again. Okay. Wedding checklist, guys. Go over the contract again, just so you can make sure that you deliver everything that you promise. Because the only thing that the clients will use to win over any argument in court is what's agreed upon between you and them. So go over everything that you said you would do in the contract. You said you will deliver a highlight video. You said you will deliver a DVD. Whatever you said you're going to deliver that. Okay, guys? So make sure you go over your contract so that way you kind of refresh your mind and you know what you're going to do on the wedding day. Okay. And I would go as far as sometimes even bringing a checklist at the wedding and saying like, okay, I got to take drone shots of the venue, and then you take the shots. Okay, check. Kind of like what you do when you go to a Walmart or wherever, when you go to grocery shopping, right? You have, okay, eggs, done, kids milk, done, whatever, done. Okay, guys. So have a checklist. Okay. So, cause sometimes you forget because there's a lot of things going on during the wedding day. Okay. A lot of things going on. So if you have a checklist, it's better and it's professional. It's smarter for you to get things done. Okay. So having a checklist is not for people who are like, oh, OCD or whatever. It's for professionals. Like, you want to be careful and you want to cover your ass, especially if you're getting paid a lot of money. If you're doing weddings over 1,500, I would just say if you're getting paid to do something, it's it makes sense for you to have a schedule, have a checklist, that way everything is, in place, not whereby you are now like trying to, run around and, you need to be professional. So one way of looking like a professional and being professional is having a checklist. So just to do you guys a favor, I have, well, not a favor because you are paying for this course, right? So you paid for the course. So I'm going to give you guys my checklist. And yeah, so you guys download that for free. You can use it for your weddings and you can add things or subtract things, whatever you want to do. But it's there as a reference to see how I go about the day of the wedding and pre-day of the wedding. Okay, guys. So yeah, so make sure you go over your contract so you can look at everything. Okay, guys, because like I said, sometimes we get too busy on the day of the wedding that we miss things. So make sure you go over the contract again to see what you're going to deliver the client. So that way you do deliver on your promise. So, yeah. So number two, what you need to make sure you do is make sure all your gear is ready. Things like SD cards, things like batteries, is everything charged? Are the lenses cleaned? Everything that you will need on the day of the wedding. So make sure that you have all that stuff ready. That's what it is. You don't want to be charging batteries on the day of the wedding. You don't want to be cleaning out your SD cards on the day of the wedding. Get all this stuff done before, the day of the wedding, days before the wedding. Get all your SD cards cleaned. I mean, if you don't have other projects going on, you can get that stuff cleaned, waiting for your job to come, and then you go ahead and, do the wedding instead of you having to do all that stuff on the day of the wedding. So make sure and do everything. SD cards cleaned out. Make sure all your cameras is accounted for, everything. Just make sure everything is ready as far as gear goes. Okay. As far as equipment, make sure all that is ready to go. Number three here is addresses, guys. Get the full addresses of the venues and locations where you will go, because sometimes venues have the same names but different location. And if I was you, I would go as far as looking up those addresses and making sure maybe even the address has a website, making sure it's the right venue and stuff like that. So get the full addresses, because If you go to a wrong address, that's time, guys. What if the other place is 30 minutes and then you lose 30 minutes or you get stuck in traffic? So get the addresses. You don't want to be rookies, like want to be, asking for the address. Oh, where are we going next? Oh, where are we going next? Oh, what's the address to the reception? Rookie, you should have got. Anyways, get all that stuff done. Get all that ready before the day of the wedding. Get all the addresses, all that stuff. Contacts for the DJs if you need it. Contacts for the coordinator. All that information. Get all that way before the day of the wedding. Okay, guys? Yes, so make sure you have been paid online or have arranged a way you will be paid. So yeah, so make sure that you've already been paid, or you've clearly told the bride and groom the balance, and that they're gonna pay you on the day of the wedding or whatever your arrangement is. Make sure you've taken care of the payment situation. Okay, don't be trying to find out, oh, what's the most convenient way you guys can pay me on the day of the wedding. You need to have all that because ready. You gotta get paid. You don't want to be chasing the bride and groom after the send off. Oh, guys, before you go, so how are you gonna pay me? Oh, so you gotta have all that taken care of before the day of the wedding. The bride and groom need to let you know if they're gonna give you the check, if they're gonna give you cash, or whatever the situation, and who's gonna give it to you, and everything, guys. Okay, everything. Stop trying to last minute type stuff. You need to know the whole thing, how they're gonna pay you. Clearly tell them. Okay, so make sure you get all that done. Weeks, months, whatever. Get that done before the day of the wedding. So the last one here is make sure you have the wedding timeline schedule on your phone at the ready, or you can go old school and print out the thing. You don't want to keep tailing the bride and groom or the wedding coordinator asking what's next. So if you have access to the timeline in your email and asking what's next, you're an idiot. So yeah. So make sure that you have the wedding schedule, the wedding timeline, at your person. So stop asking not last minute. Stop, when you go to a wedding, you already have to have all that information ready as far as the schedule. Cake cutting is this time, first dance is this time, this comes after this, and if they make changes, you gotta know of those changes ahead of time, so that way you're not caught off guard, because some DJs will go on with the bouquet toss without telling you, so unless they're working for you. But all right, so the DJ is being an asshole, and I don't want to work with his ass. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just mic. There's 4 people speaking, 2 girls and 2 guys. So I'm just gonna mic those people. So I have 2 mics. So I'll talk to the guys right now, because they'll be going in like about 20 minutes. So I'll talk to them like they have to get mic'd before they go up there, so I can get good audio for the highlight video. Yeah, because the DJ's mic is kind of staticky, so it's bullshit anyways. So I'm just gonna mic the people and go ahead with that. That's it. Nice DJ. But they will go on without telling you. So make sure you have the timeline at the ready, with you at the ready. Okay, guys. That's important. Make sure you have the timeline, the schedule before the day of the wedding, not on have it weeks. Tell the bride and groom, I need the wedding schedule, tell them. So make sure you have that. Okay, now we're going to move on to dress code. So dress code. So you can scroll down and stuff and look at the stuff. But yeah, so dress code, make sure that you just wear, something comfortable. I prefer wearing all black, black dress shirts. If you want, you can wear polo shirts and stuff like that, even though I don't wear polo shirts. I like wearing dress shirts. At this point, in my career with weddings, I just wear whatever I want, but as long as it's dark colors. So yeah, like I just wear kind of like, formal kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I like the way I present myself that way. But of course, you can present yourself in any way you want to present yourself, but just be professional. Just don't go there with like, you know, looking like you're going to, I don't know. The wedding is a formal event, guys. You know, people are dressed up. So please put that in mind, you know. Just because you're a filmmaker doesn't mean you can just wear like a t-shirt and whatever, like maybe if it's blue, maybe if it's a black t-shirt, but be mindful of what you wear, because one thing that you got to keep in mind is you are not only representing the bride and groom there at the wedding, you are also representing your own company. So people might want to book you for their sister's wedding or their own wedding, because there's a lot of engaged couples at the wedding. Sometimes even people who are about to get married and planning and stuff like that, or who are about to get engaged, you know. So make sure you present yourself in a way that's presentable, okay? The way you carry yourself at the wedding, throughout the whole wedding, determines whether other people will book you or not. So the dress code is part of that, carrying yourself out, you know. So make sure you dress appropriately, make sure you dress professionally. And for women, I'm not gonna, go too far on this because I'm not a lady, so I don't know what kind of stuff to advise you. But yeah, just don't expose yourself too much. You know, you are there to film a wedding. You are not there to find your next, you know, Mr. Right. But yeah, who knows? You know, who knows what the future holds for some. Anyways, so you are there to film a wedding. You know, don't go there trying to look too attractive, and just dress like you're there to film. Just be professional about it. You know, cover yourself. Because, like women, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a guy and I know how guys are. If you're wearing something like really showing, like your cleavage is showing and stuff like that, right? Even a married man is going to look, if like, let's say you're talking to them or you're trying to pose them, like their eyes, like as humans, our eyes automatically just go to the nude part of the body, okay? We're just a curious creature. So same thing, like you try it. You try it, right? Be like just expose yourself or whatever. Like, look, when you enter a room and somebody's naked, your eyes are automatically gonna go to their private, whatever part is naked, without you even thinking about it. Your eyes are just gonna go there. And that's what kids do. That's just, you know, that's why, like, just cover yourself up, guys. Come on. Just be professional, okay? So, recommended outfits. I have some recommended outfits for the guys here, but for the women, like I said, I don't know what to recommend to you guys, as I'm not a lady, so I don't know what to recommend to you guys. So all I would say is please dress professionally, guys. Okay, you're representing the bride and groom, and you're representing yourself, your company, your future clients, your potential clients might be at this wedding, and some will be at this wedding. So please make sure you present yourself in a way that's appropriate. So as far as recommended outfits, guys, I have some here. I wear a vest at all my weddings. Yeah, so if you see on my behind the scenes, I'm always wearing like a vest and stuff. For a suit, like a vest, the inside part of it. And I just like that look. And yeah, those are recommended stuff. You can scroll down and look at the recommended gear for guys, and also the recommended the full outfit ideas. So at least like you would just get some ideas from this outfit, whatever. But you can wear whatever you want, but just be presentable. All right, so as far as multiple locations, guys, also some weddings have, you know, like multiple locations. I kind of touched that a little bit. So yeah, so just scroll down and read that little part about multiple locations. But you know, it's nothing too much. It's just like be ready for that kind of stuff. And as far as essentials, like I said, I have some essentials down as far as the wedding short list and the wedding checklist. And yeah, and some B-roll stuff of what you need to film for the wedding. So I have some essentials down there. So check that out. And yeah, so this is the wedding checklist, guys. So we're gonna move on to what's next here. We're gonna move on to establishing shots for the day of the wedding. So yeah, so I'll see you in the next topic.